right now, and then Fox can make fun of me. Let's see. Nothing. There's nothing going on. Nothing to report. Same old shit. Same old shit. And then actually, I didn't even look, but the chart. It was just an update to chart. So when nothing happens news-wise, right? But now we're just keeping an eye on the chart. And the price is holding up. And then on the weekly, it's right there. Boom. Sick. Now we're just in the waiting game. For those who don't know, if you're new to GameStop, if you don't realize this shit did nothing for a year, right? Talking about nothing to report. There was nothing to report for weeks, for months, for a year. There's nothing to report. That's why it's funny with the stream. They kick it off the stream, and then it's like there's news every day, right? We're like, oh, this is sick. There's a stream tonight. But like this is kind of par for the course of GameStop, but it's been different this month, right? But be prepared for days and even weeks where not much happens. Gets exciting at times, but that's just the nature of investing, right? Especially if you're a long-term investor. That sometimes this shit happens, sometimes it's not happening, and some people get annoyed and frustrated with that, right? Not frustrated, but like they want the action. You want something to be happening. Come on, you know that meme. Come on, do something. But many times, a lot of the money can be made when any shit happening, right? So yeah, that was just the waiting game right now. Let's see what happens. It's always good that even on a day where not much is happening, the market was up big today. That's actually was one thing. And how much did they go up? It was up across the board. So that was up big. And so sometimes stocks that have been in favor can propel upward, like explosive upward. Sometimes there's a rotation. So GameStop's been crushing it on a relative basis, right? And so sometimes what you see is when you have a big, powerful uptrend in the broad market, what happens is people will rotate out of those individual, more powerful relative outperformers, right, into a broader collection of, say, value stocks. You know what I mean? So like GameStop, you've been crushing, and then people might rotate it. This is marginal analysis, right? Anyway, but I saw the market. It looked like the market was going to open big. I said, oh, let's see what it does today. But just about flat on the day, but doesn't mean anything. It means absolutely nothing. And but we just track stuff right now. Oh, it's just nice to take a breath, you know? Oh, it's just nice. Just kick back, have a drink. Oh, but I see. Welcome, everybody. Cheers. But someone will start stirring the pot. I know someone's going to start stirring the pot. We'll see. Let me pop that up. Hey, it's up after hours, huh? Sick. Welcome, everybody. What do we got? Hugo. Oh, my God. That music makes me want to get some weed. Welcome, Hugo. Do you like that song? That song had a little bit of a different vibe to it. You know what I mean? I'm trying to mix it up with some different songs. I got a whole bunch queued up, and then some of them, and then we're like, let's see, pre-stream, whatever. I thought it's kind of a cool song, though. It's got like kind of like that 80s feel to it. Just kind of, you know what it reminded me of when I came across this song? It reminds me of Drive. You see that movie? I'm like, oh yeah, it's got kind of a Drive type feel to it. See you next. Cheers to all. Welcome. See you next Tuesday. Welcome. Cheers, Justin. Justin's back. Smash JT, welcome. Smash, I did check out your GameStop video, by the way. One of them, you were talking about GameStop the whole time you were driving in the car. That was pretty damn impressive. I watched that the other day. I'm like, geez, he did his whole analysis in the car. I need to sit at a desk when I do it. Cheers, Smash. Markel, hi. Welcome back, Markel. Henry, welcome back. Cheers. Daily, Gat. Oh, we got a whole bunch. Jen's back. Not much to report 5 hours later. Jen, welcome, everybody. Hi. I think I saw all y'all the other day, too. Huh? This is great. Who else we got? Oh, Henry Strange, down push of the stock price today. Not much. There's just no volume. And it has been doing that sometimes, too. Sometimes it's down early in the day. Sometimes it's up early in the day. I wouldn't read too much into it. It depends on your style of investing, right? But my style of investing, which may not be suitable for you, right? Everyone, you know that by now, hopefully. But, and I assume other folks on the stream, I wouldn't read too much into that strain, especially on such low volume. It's, sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down, sometimes not much happening. What happens is, again, if that's your style, no problem. What happens to me, I'll drive myself crazy. I'm like, oh, what's this mean? What's that mean? What's this mean? What's that mean? And then I'll go crazy. So I've already driven myself crazy in the past. I'm like, now I don't even deal with that anymore, right? But I'll pick up on that too. Who had said that? Henry. Sometimes I'm like, oh, that's a little bit unusual activity. Sometimes I'll pick up on that. But in the end, it was just kind of flat. And the market was up too, so that was a little bit interesting, but that's it. Daily, pretty low volume last 3 days, just up and down and back up, waiting on a catalyst. Yeah, and you be prepared for this. It's been a very, very busy September for GameStop after a very, very, what's the opposite of busy? Not peaceful. Chill? Not even chill. It's been quiet. I guess we'd say quiet. But that's unusual for any stock where you have tons and tons of news. And it just feels like GameStop, then you have earnings. It's mostly just earnings and Ryan Cohen. And then but the pre-orders and stuff, right? So it's been a lot of the news and articles and stuff. But And then some of those articles I did see, like some of them still remain somewhat bearish, and you're like, all right, this is sick, good. You don't want everyone to be turned to the corner just yet, because what does it matter? I'm just messing around. But yeah. Well, was it the last 3 days you say daily? Yeah. All right, so it's been kind of it's right in line with the past 3 days. Kind of not much happening, but. I mean, all else equal, it's good that when not much is happening, that the price is kind of staying where it is. But boy, there was tremendous amount of volume following earnings, right? And we talked about the potential for buybacks following that, and I know Justin was talking about that too. I think I saw one of his posts on Seeking Alpha where he's talking about the potential for buybacks following earnings, right? And we talked about that on the stream too, because that's what they did last year too. And what was it, this week? Whatever week. Oh yeah, you kind of need the daily. I don't know. I still lean toward probably not, but it's a distinct possibility. And they did something very similar last. Oh shit, we're more than a year out, huh? That's crazy. Boy, that was a lot of volume though, huh? I mean, I don't know. The short. We know the shorts went up. The shorts went up quite a bit. Boy, the short. You know what I mean? The shorts went up so much, and stock kept going up. But folks are talking about that. Tremendous volume, right? It was a busy week. And how much they had, about 100, 115 million left? It's not that many shares. That's not that many shares, right? Figure a stock price of $8 or $9. Let's call it 9. 12 million shares. It's definitely possible, but I don't know. There's no reason to say that's probably happened. But it's something to consider, seriously. Because again, not that there's a calendar bias to this, but they did it last year where the stock sold off and then it went boom, boom. What the hell is it? I always get it wrong. Sold off and then boom, boom, boom. And there was quite a bit of volume in September. There really was. Who was it? Jordan was talking about this. Just a reminder for folks who might not know this, but you pull up the 10Q from December of last year, and you watch this. I think I can command F4. I think it was $4.99. Yeah, look at that. Sick. That brought me right to it, right? Because $4.99 only shows up once in the 10Q, but check it. Look at they bought 15 million shares from September through October, and to have gotten a $4.99 price point, you needed to have bought early in September, so they likely bought right after earnings. Now, make no mistake, we're digging way too deep into this, right? You don't drive yourself crazy with this stuff. I just noticed it, and last year I wasn't super confident they were going to do buybacks. Indeed, I was surprised come December that they bought back over 22 million. I was surprised how much it was, and so I remember being surprised, being like, "Shit!" They went ham. You know what I mean? Boom, 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 boom. They didn't mess around in September, and so maybe that's weighing on people's minds. But I wouldn't read too. I mean, you take those shares out of the float. It's meaningful given the short interest. It is, but. That's it. Do that analysis. Note that the possibility of it, but then I have to leave it at that. There's nothing more I can do. Yeah, it's possible, but I still kind of their tone and stuff, and they hadn't done it so far. I don't know. What the hell do I know? But anyway, I just thinking, could it have happened though? Daily brought up the volume. Could it have been that week after? There was only, what did I say? 12 million shares? Could have been done. Could have been done in a week. Shit, I don't know. But, and then you get that if 12 million, how many shares? 12 million shares, then you're down to 60, which isn't a crazy amount, but meaningful because of the short interest. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say about that. Okay, Henry says shorts manipulation. I know. I don't. That use of manipulation. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that word generally speaking, because it's so easy to just toss it out. Oh, manipulation. But I lean toward, this is oftentimes how a market works. But what happens is people don't have the expertise around those market nuances, myself included. And so it's people might react quickly. Oh, it's being manipulated. But those are it could be market makers. I mean, this is how a market functions. But what happens is you get really dialed into the stock, and then you're watching all the minutia, and you're like, wait a second, what's going on here? Well, it can be happening across a lot of stocks where I wouldn't read too much into it or think it's manipulation or anything like that. It's the shorts are raising their position, and it increases the liquidity of the stock or the volume, and you start to see weird things. But I wouldn't go beyond that. That's not. But I'm speaking above my pay grade. I'm not an expert on this type of stuff. But I've just seen that word like manipulation thrown around so much, and it just doesn't seem a good characterization of much of the action that I see when it's described like that. David Chili, beep boop boop, roar it up, kitty, lion boom to the moon. Welcome, David. Cheers. Beep beep boop, roar. Oh, roar. You come with a roar noise, huh? Roar sound. Trey, I got to get on that sound. I got to get on that thing you mentioned. I'll do it. Okay, Henry, crazy shorts checking for week longs to sell their shares. So that's why it's that can be beneficial to be that a longer term investor, right? Where it's not so much the shorts trying to shake people out, right? I think it's just sometimes it's volatile and sometimes the price goes down and then you might get shaken out, but it's not because it's deliberate or anything like that. But that's why it's important if you're a long-term investor, you just roll with this shit. You're like, yeah, it's down today, it's up today. I mean, we're having fun after. It's been a busy September. Some days it's up, we're having a laugh, but it's usually just not much. Not much is happening behind the scenes. It's kind of just the price goes up, price goes down. And I'm out of my... I guess if you were really an expert on like that intraday moves and the price and stuff, maybe you can read into it. But I don't have the qualifications for that. Henry, okay, daily.